Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another feeding frenzy for the Master Key system. We're in part 2, number 19.
Right, it's a short one. The subconscious mind perceives by intuition. Hence, its processes are rapid. It does not wait for the slow methods of conscious reasoning. In fact, it cannot employ them. What does that mean to you?
Makes sense. Well, it means to me that the subconscious, because it's working automatically in the background, working on its own programming, like it said, it can't wait on the conscious mind to make a decision, to weigh this or weigh that, and then decide, is this good or is this bad? Do I want to act this way or do that? Mm-hmm. It's got to act now.
Right.
You know, regardless of what the conscious mind thinks.
Right. It doesn't wait for our mind to say, okay, breathe again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just acts from intuition. Mm-hmm. It acts automatically.
Right.
It doesn't wait for us to have to think about it.
Aren't you glad you have things that go automatically?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, that's good and bad. You know, that's good when something happens that I need to run or to keep my heart beating and, you know, my lungs working. Mm-hmm. But it's also bad when I've programmed junk in there and I'll act without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm. So, it's a two-edged sword.
Well, but even in those reactions, we find out what the programming is.
Mm-hmm.
And if we didn't have them, we wouldn't know it.
Right.
You know?
That's right. That's right.
We wouldn't know that that programming is there without that, so to speak, that reaction that we didn't want.
Right.
That we don't necessarily welcome. That shows us what programming is there and that we need to address.
So we've talked about this before about the difference in a reaction and a response. And so I'm seeing now the difference is whether we involve our conscious brain or not. Mm-hmm. And when we have those reactions, that's straight from the subconscious. Mm-hmm. We just react without thinking. Mm-hmm. And when we respond, we're involving the conscious mind to judge it and say, how should I answer that? Or
but it doesn't even stop there. When you engage the conscious mind in that, you're also reprogramming the subconscious.
That's true.
At the same time. Mm-hmm. So if we take the time to if we take the time to act, or respond rather than just react, then we're training our subconscious to react differently the next time.
That's true. That's true. It's a good point. Mm-hmm. So, and that's where the habits come in. Mm-hmm. The more we retrain ourselves to react differently next time, then that becomes a habit.
Okay, so if we are retraining all the time, then why can't I just have the reaction that I want every time after I've done it once?
I think you have to rebuild those pathways. I think you have to train it to respond that way or to react that way every time quickly. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't happen with just one try. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a habit.
Well, further than that, I think the variables of each situation are different.
That's true, too.
And they're not the same every time.
That's true,
so
too.
Even though I may be working on a reaction, let's say with my kid's father, maybe I'm working on a reaction that I normally have, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to have a reaction the next time because the variables may be different.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. Maybe a different location.
Maybe a different location or different. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think that's why we have to keep training over and over again.
So our conscious mind is slow. Takes a while to think things through and to realize we're in the middle of something. And
well, when you tell me I'm a slow processor, I'll get this in a couple of days. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, your conscious mind will. You know, we've already heard from your subconscious mind. You know,
yeah. All right. So it says it does not wait for the slow methods of conscious reasoning. In fact, it cannot employ them. So the subconscious cannot even act like the conscious mind if it wanted to.
Well, I don't even think it's an acting. I don't think the subconscious can check in with the conscious mind because the conscious mind is so slow. Mm-hmm. The conscious mind hasn't taken in all the information it needs in order to make that decision for the subconscious.
Right.
You know, so there's no way for the two to work like that.
Very good stuff. Interesting.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Shrink.